Just one specific insight from today's conversation, what would that be?
I think that the Cofidis story in Portugal has been a story of resilience and not focusing on the problems and always focusing on the solutions. So I think that will be the first giveaway. The second will be, okay, it's good to know what are the trends, what are the hypes in the moment, but take your time to use them, because sometimes something that looks like as a good idea can be the worst idea. So take your time to evaluate your opinion, to see what you can do. And last but not least, don't be afraid. Tackle the challenge head on, because usually you regret more of not doing something than doing something. So I think that will be that resumes the story of Cofidis Portugal.
I really enjoyed this quote you had at this previous webinar in Portuguese. I think it translates more or less like, innovation is not an add-on, it's a strategic choice about the future we want to build. And what you mean, what you want to say about this? Why do you say this?
Well, I think that today I can tell you that we are a fintech or that we are only a consumer credit company. I think that we are somewhere in between them. What I like to think of Cofidis is that we are a digital company. It's a digital business, and we happen to be consumer loan experts. So, because looking forward, and in terms of looking forward, innovation has a really big role in terms of how we can project ourselves in the future. You were there with us when we started with innovation in a different way, so you understand what we've been through. But I think that looking to innovation, and innovation for me is not only the technological innovation, is also, or even more important, the business innovation that allows us to project ourselves in the future and see what are the possibilities that we have in terms of advancing and moving forward. One of the examples that I can give is Cofidis is a very successful financial company. We are very good at what we do, and we do it without knowing the customer personally. We've been doing always everything by distance. We started by the phone in the 1980. In some year, we started to sell credit in a distance without knowing the customer. So that part, we are very good, and we manage very good all the aspects of the business. But when we are in a good time, and we have the time and the resources to invest in innovation, meaning projecting the future, where we want to be, how we see ourselves, that starts to be a strategical choice. Because it's not business as usual, we are very good doing this. No, we are projecting ourselves, looking in what are the possibilities out there. And one of the outcomes was the partnership that we built with AGAs Insurance here in Portugal. That came out from those innovations of Cofidis. We want to be a day-to-day financial partner to our customers. So that means that we need to have more solutions available to our customers. So that allows us to find that, to project that future. Another example was, for example, Cofidis Pay. Yes, sure, we were being challenged and tackled by other great companies that everyone follows and everyone sees them also as an example. We can speak about Klarna, we can speak about Affirm, and we shouldn't be ashamed of speaking about them or learning with them. I think that that's one of the beautiful things that we have today, is that we can learn and share with everyone without thinking that it's all copy paste or espionage. No, if we don't learn, if we lose that opportunity, we are not doing a good job. But we were able to project ourselves in the buy now, pay later market with a good solution, with a very small time frame in terms of from inception to creation. And all those were strategical options.
But some bets were successful and other bets are not so successful,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, right. Some bets they don't go along as we would like to. Some others they don't even get out of paper, and other ones, as we had, they don't have a good start. For example, we before we bought Banif Mais, they were specialized in the second-hand car business, the financing the second-hand cars. We were there a few years ago. And we made a development. My team were really invested on that. But in the end, in terms of business, I think that we sold 40 credits,
Mm-hmm.
and that wasn't a
40
success.
credits is a fraction of
40 cars, yeah.
what Cofidis sells per day on average.
Oh, that doesn't even reach a morning. So it was frustrating for the team, not only for the IT team, because
Yeah, they put a lot of effort in it.
we put a lot of efforts, a lot of nights, a lot of development, also for the business, because at the time that was I don't know 2009 or 2010, they were really eager that okay, this will be the next big thing, and it didn't work. It just didn't work.
But there are
And
learnings, right? I mean, if you pay to learn, you're already paying for something. Sometimes there are no learnings, or people just don't take the time to take the learning, but there are learnings for sure. And as we now progress towards AI and how it's transforming and the way we build and manage products, and we can talk about the build as well, but let's just talk a little bit about the potentialities of what do you think are the most realistic and maybe most misunderstood opportunities that you see for AI in the financial services sector? What are you more bullish about? That's what I'm asking.
More bullish?
More bullish, more like, okay, I really believe that AI can help do this, but I'm not so believing that AI can do that.
I think that at this moment, the thing that I think that is overhyped, it's to let the machine assume all the communication with our customers. There, I think probably in a few years, but right now I think it's a lot of hype around that, because we are trying to control the machine, control the variations of the machine. And I don't really think, at least for Cofidis, I don't really think that we are in a point that we could let the machine communicate with the customer without compromising the responsibility that we have in terms of the information that we give to our customers, and also in terms of maintaining this human side of the contact, this human side of the relationships that we have with our customers in a day-to-day, and also nevertheless of the huge success that all the companies, all the LLMs, all Gen AI that are out there. What we feel is that the customers, when they have a problem, they don't want to speak with the machine.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be more in terms of what I think it's the hype of the AI. Of course, there is a lot of things that we can do internally with the Gen AI, but not to replace how we do and how we communicate with the customers. I don't really think it's there.
Are you bullish about something? Are you believing, but here I really think there is a good case for AI to do this?
There are very good use cases for AI in terms of personalization of how we speak with the customer. I'm very, very interesting in terms of how we can translate our calls to text and to take some insights from there, take insights, find new products, find new needs of what the customer wants, because it's really different when you see when your relation with the customer is based on a form, you are already you're cropping a lot of information, because you're telling the customer, no, look, I just really need your name, your address, your income. I don't need to know anything else. So you're already
filtering a lot
of information. On the phone, there you're not true that you make some questions, but there the customer is free to share what are their preoccupations, their needs, what they're looking for, what they value, what they don't value, what they are afraid of, where they are more insecure, because we are talking about financial products. Here in Portugal, we are getting better and better in terms of financial literacy, but there are a lot of unknowns in how to understand the information. And there we have a potential, an enormous potential to understand, and that AI can do that better than any human.
Mm-hmm.
There, I think that there is a huge potential in terms of what we can do with AI, and also how can we address or personalize our interactions with the customer, the communication with the customer, but always in a perspective of human augmentation in terms of our colleagues. How can they better serve our customer? So there, I think that there is a lot of opportunity in terms of scoring, in terms of credit decision. I think the regulator almost excludes everything.
When you say
There,
excludes, what do you mean excludes?
well, we can't put an AI algorithm that is not explainable, that is not controllable,
So a black
refusing
box.
or accepting a black box the credit. Because first, the regulation, the AI Act, also has a big impact there. But also for us, in terms of Cofidis, we want to have the human side in terms of the last decision regarding the credit.
That nowadays that's almost marketable in a marketing way, right? You can always say, we assure that a human is actually checking it out. You're not just a victim of an algorithm, of an AI, whatever it is. There will always be a human to check out your case.
That's what we are trying to do. A few weeks ago, I was at a conference and I was sharing what we've done in terms of using AI, because there are a lot of types of AI. It's not only Gen AI. The work that we've been doing in terms of using AI in a responsible way and not excluding people from the credit based only on personal attributes. If it's a woman or if it's a man, only on income. That's what we call a responsible AI. How can we have a sustainable AI that doesn't neglect people? For example, if we only used postal codes,
right,
I could be excluding people just because they live in a certain area of Lisbon. Does it mean that he's not going to pay because he lives there? No. So we need to be very careful in terms of the variables that we choose to do our models, in terms of our risk models, so that of course we are here. We are not here to lose money or to give credit to everyone. No, but in terms of it's a certain extent, we are not penalizing people only because of their personal attributes.
And someone had that worked with Cofidis inside the company. I got first contact with the so-called no cloud policy of the company, which I understand it's an imposition from the group, the mother group. What do you think nowadays, from a technical standpoint, a purely technical standpoint, if this still makes sense, especially as the more advanced LLMs are still cloud-based and they are very difficult to run on premises because of the computational limitations?
Yeah. So first, I think that a lot of us have a misconception that, oh no, that's only a thing of Cofidis. And what we see is that as we start to speak with more companies, it's not only a Cofidis thing. And as we spoke earlier on, that in the beginning that could look like a limitation, but effectively, well, we're doing well. We are doing business. We have good results. And we have a good workforce. In terms of services, I would be lying to you that not being able to use certain services, cloud services, aren't we don't have an impact in terms of time to market. Sorry. We don't have an impact in terms of time to market. Of course we have. But there's also sometimes that the hype Imagine, okay, we have ChatGPT, we can put him to talk directly with our customers, because at the time that was the hype. We are going to replace all the customer services
service, right? By
with
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. We didn't. We took our time. We are doing our stuff. We are looking what are the possibilities. We already have some LLM models on premises, and if we look, do I really need to provide a better service or to generate a better experience to our customers? Do I really need to know all the works from Shakespeare? Do I really need to know all the movies that came
Or
out in
published
the last
since
century?
last
No.
century.
What I really need is to understand the customer, and that I can train a smaller model
With a subset.
with a subset that really can help me to get there. Then I also see that with all the geopolitical changes, the position regarding cloud usage is shifting a little bit, and people are looking more in terms of cloud sovereignty, private clouds. I was in Germany last year, and I was surprised that I was looking at big groups that we think, oh no, they are full cloud. For example, the Schwarz Group, the little company, and other. In France also, a lot of the banks who are starting to work more in terms of the private cloud. So I think that right now, I think that last week we saw something that it was unthinkable a few years ago. We saw Satya Nadella communicating that, Microsoft is going to occupy the space with a sovereign cloud offer. Office 365 deconnected. They are not speaking about on-premises, but almost, no, you can have your own private cloud with all these services. 2 years ago, it was unthinkable of thinking something like...
2 years ago, Trump being president was unthinkable as well. So I think that changed a lot of things in the business space as well. Lots of companies are repositioning themselves.
And I think that more and more we will get to an hybrid. But if I really look at Cofidis needs, we are not Amazon. Our customer here in Portugal, our maximum market, it's, 3 million, 4 million people. So we don't have Black Fridays. No, we do responsible credit.
That's actually a very interesting thing, what you're saying. When you say Portuguese market is max 3 million, 4 million. Don't you feel a little bit sad about that? That, look, you are building a state-of-the-art IT infrastructure, you're building a really good product, and no matter how good the product is, you're always capped by the size of the market. Because if you go to Cofidis France, then it's Cofidis France, and you go Cofidis Spain, it's Cofidis Spain. It's an entirely different company. Yeah. Well, is there anything you could do about it, maybe?
First, I'm a positive guy. So I don't really like to spend a lot of time looking at the bad. I like to see the opportunities in what we can do. And I could look at the glass as being empty, but I prefer to look at the glass as being half full, because with the size that we have here in Portugal, it also allowed us a lot of the experimentations that we've done, and also allow us to work in this operating model that we have, that in terms of shifting more for a product-led company, having the business and the IT working hand on hand. Because if I looked on the other way, we are a big company, 100,000 people. The group with the bank is almost 100,000 people, and the scale problem. I don't know if some of the things that we've done here and we have today would be possible in that type of scale. Then it allows it. Cofidis has always allowed each country to manage or to tackle the market regarding their specificities. So it's true, we have a smaller market, but we work with what we have, and we also take that opportunity. And of course, we are able in the group that we are able to share everything and to give these lessons learned to the group, not only for Cofidis, but for the other group companies. And that's the bright side, because some things that we do here, they are also replicated around Europe.
Well, so let's wrap it out around that bright side. I just want to take a moment for remind people that Cláudio, and we're very thrilled that you're also joining us at October at the Productized conference to be part of the panel on the future of fintech products.
I would say
inspired, educational,
overwhelming, very practical,
challenging,
thought-provoking,
meaningful,
enthusiastic,
nice people,
innovation, and fun.
Product growth mindset.
new connections.
Join us at the coolest product management environment this October in Lisbon.